wonder murmur where whispers weave the heart.
Hello, little hearts. A new whisper begins. In a village nestled among green hills where the sun warmed the fields and the river sang a quiet song, lived a boy named Leo. He was the son of a kind shepherd, and though he had a good heart, he was also a bit mischievous. Leo loved to play pranks, and he thought that lying was a harmless, funny game. One morning his father, a hard-working man with a gentle face, called him over. "Leo, my boy," he said, "I have to travel to the next town for a few days. I need you to watch over the goats while I'm gone. They are our livelihood." Leo's face scrunched up. "Watch the goats? But that's so boring. I have to go out and play." His mother, who had been listening, stepped forward. "Leo, your father has a hard journey ahead. It is your duty to help him. You can play later." Reluctantly, Leo agreed. The next morning, he took the goats to a lush green pasture just outside the village. The goats happily grazed, but Leo, used to the noise and excitement of his friends, quickly grew bored. He looked over at the farmers working in the fields, their heads bent over their crops. An idea, a mischievous spark, lit up in his eyes. He took a deep breath and shouted as loud as he could, "Tiger! Tiger! Please help! A tiger has come for the goats!" The farmers, hearing the boy's terrified screams, dropped their tools and ran toward him. They came rushing, their faces pale with fear, carrying big sticks to chase the tiger away. "Where is it? Where is the tiger?" a farmer cried, his eyes scanning the bushes. Leo just stood there, a bediddled, triumphant grin on his face. "There's no tiger, I was just bored. I wanted you all to come and play with me." The farmers, their faces now red with anger, were furious. "Do you think we have nothing to do all day, you silly boy? You have wasted our time. Don't you ever do that again." They scolded him, their words a harsh sting, and went back to their fields. Leo, however, didn't feel bad. He just thought it was the funniest game he had ever played. The next day, he took the goats to a different field, farther from the village. Again, he grew bored. He remembered the game he had played the day before, and a new thrill of mischief ran through him. "Tiger, tiger, please help!" he screamed, his voice even louder this time. "A tiger is here, and it's going to eat the goats." The farmers, hearing the familiar cry, shook their heads. "That boy is at his games again," one said with a sigh. But they were kind-hearted, so they ran to check, just in case. They found Leo, laughing, and their anger was even hotter than before. "You have no respect for our work," a farmer yelled. "If you do this one more time, we will not come to you." Leo, still laughing, went home that evening, thinking only of how much fun he had. He had not learned his lesson at all. On the third day, the sun felt warmer, and the sky seemed a bit brighter. Leo was taking the goats out, his mind already spinning with new ideas for his game. He wondered what new way he could trick the farmers. But just as he was lost in thought, a terrible roar, a sound that shook the very ground, echoed through the quiet valley. A real, massive tiger emerged from the forest, its eyes blazing with a hungry fire. The goats, terrified, screamed and scattered. The goats ran for their lives, but the tiger was too fast. Leo's heart leapt into his throat. His blood ran cold. This was not a game. He opened his mouth and screamed, his voice a frantic, high-pitched wail. "Tiger, tiger, please help! This time it's real, please help me!" He screamed and screamed, his voice raw with a fear he had never known. But no one came. The farmers, hearing the familiar cries, just sighed and shook their heads. "He is just trying to be funny again," they muttered. "We will not be fooled this time." Leo watched in horror as the tiger, with a flick of its tail, disappeared into the woods with his goats. All of them were gone. He was left alone in the empty field, his heart a hollow ache. Tears, real tears this time, streamed down his face. He walked home slowly, his head down, a deep sadness settling in his soul. He had lost the goats. He had lost his father's trust. All because he thought lying was a funny game. That evening, when his parents asked him what had happened, he told them the truth, his voice small and filled with sorrow. His father hugged him, not in anger, but in understanding. "My son," he said, his voice soft. "A lie is like a broken mirror. Once you break it, it is very hard to fix. And when you are finally telling the truth, nobody will believe you." Leo had learned a very hard lesson that day. He had learned that the most important thing a person has is not their wit, but their trust. And a lie, even a small one, can break that trust forever.
Wonder murmur, the story departs, yet the whisper imparts.